Hello friends and family from around the world, this is Mike with the Morning Dew, daily events worldwide, and we are on July 10th, 2021. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Daily Dew, where we look at world weather, space weather, earthquakes and volcanoes, anything else affecting humanity. And we always start out looking at the sun the last 48 hours, and we did have that large plasma filament on the northwest side, which fell back into the sun, looking at the event there. But there was a couple small CME events thwarted our way today, accelerated and on its way to the planet right now. Looking at the last 48 hours incoming, two growing sunspot regions, and as well outgoing here, the last 48 hours active outgoing regions as well. Looking here at the few CME events from the last 24 hours on the sun, as I had reported yesterday, and then there was one thwarted our way, which you will see in the ISWA spiral. Another close look here at the plasma filament, and as well the newly formed sunspot, which I had pointed out in yesterday's update, is still pretty active. Looking here at a multi-spectrum, see all of the events happening on the sun today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please don't forget to hit that like button. Looking at another light here, 511 angstroms. We do have an Earth-facing coronal hole right now, and it is stretching towards the southern hemisphere and widening along the equator. So we will be expecting some space weather from that coronal hole. Looking here at ISWA, space weather prediction. You can see there, we do have an event that is on its way towards us for July 13th into 14th and 15th. Looking here, geomagnetic activity remains low as our sun still remains pretty quiet. Real-time solar wind sitting at 427 kilometers per second, slightly elevated from yesterday. I'm pretty sure that is the coronal hole wind stream. Looking here at LASCO 2 and 3, as you can see that accelerated plasma shooting away from the right-hand side of the sun. And then another one there. Not very big events at all, but definitely notable as we are embarking on solar cycle 25, which will be a maximum, 11-year maximum cycle. Looking at Schumann resonance for today, a power of 8. Nothing major to report with the Schumann. Quality of 5.9. Looking at earthquakes the last 24 hours, the event mode is still going on through California. Many micro earthquakes are continuing through the region. And just recently here we did have a 4.1 in Port Orford, Oregon. 10-kilometer depth off the coast there, right into the Juan de Fuca. Earthquakes continuing through Merkleyville, California. The largest they saw today was a 3.0. Montana as well, seeing a 2.7 here. And a 2.9 in Toya, Texas, 7-kilometer depth. Puerto Rico seeing some interesting earthquakes today, 3 earthquakes. So one here in the valley in Anguilla, 7-kilometer depth. Puerto Rico there, 3.1, and 4.5 Barbados. So that is St. Vincent de Grenadines. It looks like we don't need any earthquakes in that region. Looking through South America today, not much to report here. 4.1 there in Peru. 5.0 from last night. And 4.4 there in Chile, southern Chile. Over north of the African plate, we did see some activity today as well. In Greece, 4.6 in Thival. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. Another one, 4.4 in Greece, 4.0 in Greece, and as well a 4.0 in Turkey. And Tajikistan, after the 5.8 yesterday, or late last night, You are seeing a 4.6 and continuing aftershocks through the region. 5.4 there to report in Sinabung, Indonesia. And as well, eastern Indonesia still seeing earthquakes through Tabilo. Aftershocks continuing after the large 6.1 yesterday. Papua New Guinea, 5.1. And then, as somebody said in the chat section today, Japan seems to be a wild card right now, and you never know what's going to happen. Only one 4.5 there to report today. Everything else is from yesterday. Nazi Japan, 4.5. The action seems to be more northward into Alaska. 5.1 here, Attu Station, Alaska, 10-kilometer depth. And I had just noted that there was going to be an uptick in seismicity yesterday. So yeah, sure enough, there it is. Largest earthquake to report last 24 hours, Hawaii, 3.0. And then our deepest earthquake the last 24 hours to report, 4.0, south of the region of the Fiji Islands, 491-kilometer depth. And that is it for the last 24 hours for earthquakes across the planet. Have a quick look the last 7 days as we have a peppered planet. Definitely an increase as we're seeing just about 15,000 earthquakes across the planet, according to USGS the last 30 days. And that's thanks to this big pileup going on in North America, Merkleyville, California. And it continues. So heads up, stay safe, everybody. Let's just have a quick look here. This is the last 7 days. So since the event of the 6.0 in Merkleyville, there's been 570 earthquakes in the region. Right in the middle of, as I said and pointed out yesterday, Lake Tahoe, which has been increasing in activity, and as well Mono Lake. So everything's kind of just seems to be mounting there. Let's have a look at the Pacific Disaster Center most recent volcanoes to update. Sangay in Ecuador, Fuego in Guatemala, Kirimiski in Russia, Nevados de Ruiz in Colombia, Suistanajima in Japan, Reventador in Ecuador, Sabancaya in Peru, Nevados de Chilean, Ebuko, Ibu, Indonesia, and many fire reports. As you can see, many fires and floods. There are a few fires here now being reported. There's 220 actually that are burning across British Columbia right now. Pacific Disaster Center is only showing the major fires, but there are 220 being reported. Fires through Washington, as pointed out yesterday, and as well just south of the Canadian border in Montana. Balsinger fires. Extreme heat conditions continue, and the drought, the fires will continue over the next little while too. So thoughts and prayers going out to everybody affected by these fires. A few new fires here to report through California. And as well, since Tropical Storm Elsa is now no longer a tropical storm, heading out into the Atlantic Ocean, it left quite a flooded and torrential downpour scene across most of the eastern seaboard of the Atlantic United States. Most likely will do the same through the Atlantic provinces, Canada. As well, we have quite an intense system heading through Des Moines, Iowa tonight. Flash flooding continues there as well. So massive downpours and outbursts of thunderstorms already starting to heat up. We've got cool conditions and thunderstorms moving into the region for Alberta. Just wanted to give you a quick look here. Satellite imagery, large low pressure system just over Nebraska and Iowa, Des Moines. That center of the low is very big, and it's going to take its time moving eastward into Ontario. Having a look here at the 2-day forecast brought to you by MeteoEarth. That's right, 2-day forecast. Low pressure system north Alberta, and as well watch for unstable air mass to move into southern Alberta, low pressure system moving into northern BC, and then watch as this low pressure system, as I said, slowly moves eastward, most likely will head into Ontario. So watch for thunderous and very wet conditions all across southeastern United States all this week. Overlooking Europe, scattered showers continue, mostly central regions. Cooler temperatures moving in through Ireland and into the UK. Overlooking Africa, no major weather events to report there. Overlooking East Indies, the West Indies here, we do have a low pressure system grinding and forming up into Western India right now, into Tunisia, and as well a very intense low pressure system heading out of China. This is something that I reported 3 or 4 days ago, and it looks like it's going to miss Korea. We'll see though, it may change. Heavy rains continue along the equator, and then watching this big low pressure system that is set to make landfall tomorrow night, Western Australia, and it is going to be a big storm. Watch for flash flooding throughout those regions as well, parts of southwestern Australia, and as well cool conditions and wet conditions, coastal regions, eastern Australia. Same thing for New Zealand, cool and wet for the next 2 days. But still very warm conditions across the United States. Heads up, stay safe, stay coolio. Much love, and thank you for watching today. This has been Mike with the Daily Dew, giving you your 2-day forecast. Thanks for watching. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your morning dew. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.